Andrea and I. And she's back. I'm very excited to have her back. It's been 2 live streams without her, and I felt like a fish out of water. And pretty much promised myself I would never do a live stream without her again because it is not the same.
You did really well.
I did my best, but it still wasn't the best. I don't think. I think it's much more fun when you're here with me. And I think it's more fun when we do it from somewhere else too. I like.
Yeah.
I don't have any art up or anything yet, which I have.
You
some
keep
art.
saying that you're going to amend that and put some art up, but we never do.
I know. It's I have to get a mason bit because these walls are. It's
like plaster on top of concrete, right?
Yeah, like plaster on top of concrete, on top of stone, on top of ceramic blocks.
You know, and then those red ceramic blocks you see everywhere.
And then stucco on the outside. Yeah. So it's not. That's one thing I do miss about the U.S. Like it's really easy to hang pictures in the U.S. You just a little screw in the wall, find a stud, and you're good. Here, you need like a special drill bit and. Plus, I had this. You can't really tell from viewing on here because we try and keep the picture condensed a little bit. But this is a huge wall. I need like a big piece of art, which I don't have.
Something.
And I haven't found anything like that here. I had some beautiful stuff in the U.S. that would be perfect for this wall.
Yeah. You have lots of nice pictures sitting on the hallway and the floor.
I've got some nice paintings and stuff, but they're all none of them are much bigger than 14 inches or 20 centimeters or so. So nothing big. So I don't know. It's a problem. We have a hard time finding decor here that matches our taste. I think it's
there's
not.
The one artist in town who does a lot of lovely paintings.
He does, but they're all small. That's why I got a couple.
His older ones were big. I know because they're in my apartment.
Yes, his older ones are big.
Looks like a lot of our friends are here. Dan, Michelle, so good to see you, and thank you for the welcome back.
Always nice to see you guys.
Buddy.
I think I saw John Gowan on.
Yep, Shelly, Gillian, Tim, Jack. Good to see you.
Hey.
Hope you're feeling well. Mary's
and Mary,
here.
Jack and Mary.
So good to see everybody. Dan says we are planning on having a muralist paint our fence once the sale is finalized. That's awesome. Do you know one? Have you found one, or are you in the market for one?
Well, they're a long ways away from us too, so I don't think they would come here and paint my wall. But that would be really cool. That would be really cool. We watched a video today on this person in France who was an eccentric millionaire.
Oh yeah.
And he built this replica of an ancient Greek villa. And the interior was painted with frescoes and everything.
Oh, it was gorgeous.
It was really
the tile
gorgeous.
Work and everything.
Yeah. I don't think that's in our budget. It was really nice.
Not yet.
Not yet. That's right. If we had stopped at that casino and you had let me make those bets, we could be living that life right now.
Sorry, it's my fault.
Yeah.
Mary says it's good to be with us. Jack says it's a beautiful day in Florida. What's the temperatures like down there right now? Haven't been to Florida in so long. I have lots of family down there.
Yeah.
Dan says, we found one. She is in Honduras and travels to other countries. Oh, how cool.
That is very cool.
Do you know what you're going to have painted?
Yeah, what are you guys going to do?
Oh, that's going to be awesome. I did see right as we were getting ready for this live stream, Dan, we saw that you posted a video. So we haven't seen it yet, but we will be sure to check out your latest video.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, we appreciate all the support that everybody gives us. We try to give it back if you also have channels, and we enjoy watching other people's videos and experiences. Oh, which, by the way, we should probably talk about. So later this evening.
Oh yeah.
The Europats, who also have a YouTube channel, and they watch our stuff. We're going to be on their channel.
Yeah. So we're doing another live stream it's 8 o'clock our time.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah. So we have a busy night.
Yeah.
We're going to figure out how we're going to get dinner before 10 o'clock tonight.
Definitely need some coffee.
It's going to be, like I said, it's the Europats, and they don't live here. They are in Texas.
I believe Texas.
Correct?
Yep.
And they are planning on moving to France long term, but are thinking they might come to Albania for a couple of years first, so
Mm-hmm.
they because I guess because of the prices here, they can retire like a little bit earlier, and they're just like they're done with like have it. We're gonna retire early. We'll go to Albania for a couple of years before we go to France.
Yeah, and they said they could end up staying here too.
Yeah, who knows? So so yeah, it's the Europats, and their channel is in the description of this video. I have a link to their channel, or at least I have their channel address, so you can cut and paste it if you want to see what our conversation is there. We don't even know what we're going to talk about yet. They wanted to do a live stream with us, and we'll probably just go back and forth and have a discussion. And they have a pretty active community, so they'll probably get a lot of questions from their community.
They have a very relaxed style, which I like. They kind of just read the comments and respond to people, and it's very chill. So that's nice.
Yeah.
And I hope that's okay because we didn't prepare anything.
Right. Yeah, we haven't. No, we were barely prepared anything for tonight.
Don't tell them that.
Which is, basically about making friends, and then that's kind of part of it. Like we not just make friends in person, but we've made a lot of online friends.
Yeah,
so
we really have.
We've never met the Europats. We just really didn't know about them until a few weeks ago, and they were kind of following us and commenting on some of these live streams. And then we started watching some of theirs. It was like, sometimes that's just how you make connections.
There are some people that have been communicating with us through YouTube and connecting with us for so long that I really do feel like we're friends. Yeah. And then when you do show up, it's nice to finally meet in person, but you feel like you already know them. And that's happened a few times. Tim, Shelley, and Gilly are a good example.
Yeah. Or sometimes people know you and you don't know them, and it can be a little bit awkward. I know, like that's how it was.
That has happened a few times.
Yeah, well, of course. And that was like, when I first started, like one of the first friends I ever made here was somebody I made through YouTube before I came here, and that's James Lythart.
Yeah.
And I came and met with him, and it's like, I felt like I knew him very well because I've been watching his videos for a very long time. But he didn't know hardly anything about me. Yeah. And so, it takes a while to get to know somebody. Sure. And, we meet people that have been following our YouTube channel for a while, and they know a lot about us. Yeah. But we know very little about them. Yeah. It's a couple times it hasn't worked out too well. It's been like, it's a little strange. Yeah, that's true. Usually it works out great. More often than not, people are lovely. Yeah. I've had at least one really strange experience. Yeah, I've had two where it's like, you know what, I'm not going to contact them anymore. Yeah. And hopefully they don't contact me anymore. Yeah, there was one person that like we had to let them know, like, hey, don't reach out to me ever again. Oh, yeah. So I've never been in that situation, but there's definitely... It's rare. It's happened once. And a couple times where it's like, well, I'm just going to avoid this person from now on. Yeah. But 90% of the time, it's usually really great, especially because the sort of people you run into in these sorts of communities are mostly like-minded, clearly adventurous enough to want to go to Albania, which is, step one. Yeah. But it's a weird world. You can't get along with everybody. Hello, Europats. We were just talking about you. We were literally just talking about you. And I was telling everybody, if you just signed in at 8 o'clock our time, European time, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be on the Europats channel. We'll have a discussion with them. And again, their address is in the description to this video. So if you want to watch us after our live stream is over, again, 2 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock European time. Yeah, that should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. It's going to be so fun. Yeah, they agree that it'll be fun. I think it will be. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. You make all sorts of you make literal friends, and you make like cyber friends, and bring snacks. Yeah, we were actually kind of right before we got into this live stream. I was like, we've got this live stream, and then got their live stream. We're gonna have to figure out how to shoehorn in dinner at some point. I just need coffee because it's gonna be a little bit late, but actually not that late. No, it won't be late. We're early birds. And so I'll have coffee for sure. I had a big lunch, and you powered down that whole pizza at lunch. I did not. This has been a joke between Jesse and Craig. So we went out for lunch today. It was such a nice day. We went back into town just to meet up with Jesse and get some pizzas. I ate a couple pieces of mine, and then I gave them the rest. And I was embarrassed because it looked like I ate all this food, and they kept giving me a hard time about Yeah.
without eating all that pizza.
And pushing our empty plates towards her spot to make her she ate all of it. So we like to have fun.
Yeah.
So who else do we got coming? List of Scrabble Buddy is there.
Yeah.
The Europats are here. Dan's here. Dan, what did you say? For the first Americans for the first few months, then I realized they left, so they were probably my people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, most of the time, there's definitely been a few people we've met that were not our people. Which kind of surprised me that they would move to Albania. But sometimes it is.
Unfortunately, the one person that I had a bad interaction with, they ended up leaving. They realized that they overstepped and just were not welcome here anymore.
Yeah. So that happens once in a while, but that happens no matter where you are in life.
Yeah. Lots of people come in and out of town. There's lots of travelers and then lots of expats here. And overall, I mean, everyone's been pretty friendly, and it's been nice to meet different people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Missed a couple comments.
We've got
Dan says that's the price of being a celebrity.
Right. Yeah, and it is weird. Like,
thanks for making our heads big.
sometimes you do feel that way because it's not uncommon for well, I mean, in the sense that we'll be somewhere and someone will be like, oh, hey, Craig and Andrea, and it'll be someone we have no idea who they are.
Yeah,
and they just happen.
It doesn't happen at all.
It happens. I mean, it's happened several times. You know, we've even had people come up to us at dinner.
Yeah.
And it's like you just
and I
never
think
know.
If someone's coming to Pogradec, they probably Google, or put into YouTube Pogradec, and then they find our videos, and then they show up. And
we did the interview on Top Channel, and then I remember like I'd be at the market and like people like at the stalls working would be like giving them weird looks, and then one of them finally said, "Oh, Top Channel," and it's like
that never happened to me. Just so you know,
it did happen to you. It happened to you in the village. Remember?
Because I was with you. Like when I'm out on my own, no one ever says, "Oh, hey, I recognize you from Top Channel," or
maybe that's because they don't want to approach a female or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, it is. It can be. That can be fun, and it can be a little like I'm searching for the right word. It's like surprising. Like
it can be surprising.
Who is it?
Yeah,
like, Huh?
And sometimes I always feel kind of shy because I just wasn't mentally prepared, and I'm like, trying to remember who it is sometimes, and sometimes I know exactly who it is because we've talked a lot. But sometimes it's someone who maybe doesn't chime in as much. Yeah. And then I'm like, I need to remember our conversation.
Because it can be awkward because you sometimes you think like, who is this person? Should I know them? And it's like you've never.
You're right. I'm trying to remember. Right. Have we had a conversation? And
haven't met them before. And as you know, we have Samantha and Rico joining us tonight.
Of course.
Stuffed animals.
The entourage. Dan says because Andrea looks Albanian. That is true. I have heard that quite a bit. I've had a lot of people assume that I was Albanian.
What else we got?
Right.
Any other questions, comments?
Tim says, hey, talking friends and such, I keep hearing about John that's just joined our local community. Any info that you can share? Yes, there is a John, but I don't know exactly what info you're...
Yeah, he hasn't exactly joined the community yet. He is...
he's joined.
He's going to be...
He's pretty solidly joined at this point.
He's not here. He's not here permanently until April.
I don't want to give out too much of his info because I don't know how comfortable he is. But I'll let him do it if he wants to.
I think he already chimed in on here at one point. So if you're on here, John, like spill the dirt on yourself if you want to. Lots of people have been moving here. It's been a lot of people are looking to get out of the U.S. More than ever, according to Google, by like an order of magnitude. And a lot of people are discovering Albania now, which is kind of a new thing. When I first came here, which was a little bit before you did,
quite a bit.
James and I were like the only Americans in town, and then a few more and a few more. Now, I mean, there's still not many. There's like maybe 14 of us that are here permanently.
Which is still quite a bit because when I moved here, there were only you, James, and a couple of others. And, I mean, there was I heard about some that I never ended up meeting. Yeah. But now it seems like there's quite a big group.
I don't even know if all of them are even Americans. A few of them are British. So Don't want to lump them in with us.
Yeah, we had. There's a few couples from other countries, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but definitely more. I mean, like way more Americans here than there were a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
By a lot. So, and I get lots of inquiries. You know that I have the video for the house that's for sale up the road. And yeah, John Gowan just who me, the most boring guy in Albania. I doubt you're the most boring guy in Albania. Whatever you want to say about yourself, John, go ahead and spill it and introduce yourself to the group. So there's probably a lot of people that are interested to know you. And it's a shame. You know, it would have been cool if I'm just thinking of it now, but we should have like invited him to come on to our like live stream tonight. That would have been fun.
Oh.
I mean, think about that.
Oh, I didn't think about it either.
That would have been interesting.
Oh shoot.
He's probably busy anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, don't put all his business out there.
Yeah.
But if you ever want to do that with us in the future, just let us know. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Any of you guys, if it would be nice if you come in, if you're here visiting.
There's an open invitation. Like if anyone wants to join us, that would be a lot of fun.
We'll have coffee with you first. Make sure you're not crazy. And that's important. And then,
everyone we're talking to right now, we already know.
Yeah. So if you pass the test, it'd be fun to have you on.
All right. Jack says, hopefully, if you continue with your language lessons, you'll be able to converse with the village lady.
Oh, yeah. There's a woman in the village who's been, everyone in the village has been really nice to me.
They're super sweet.
Oh, we'll talk about that, too.
One of your neighbors threw me over your wall.
Yeah, she was locked out of my place because it was when my foot was injured and I was at your house. And you came out here to handle a couple things. And you had forgotten your key. Yeah,
and I wasn't going back into town. Like I had to get back to work. I was in a time crunch. I took the bus out here. It was just kind of a hassle to get out here. And I had dog food. I had a big old bag of dog food. And I forgot my key. And so I'm trying to look at how to get over your wall.
And I have barbed wire fencing and all that stuff. And I have one big wall. And apparently one of my neighbors just vaulted her over the wall, which is like, well, that's good to know that my neighbors are helping people get onto my property when I'm not here.
To be fair, she recognized me. I recognized her. She was just kind of looking at me because she saw me like kind of looking at your wall, like I wanted to climb it. I was like trying to stack stones up, and she came over and I translated a message. I said, you know, my boyfriend's foot is hurt, and I came out here to feed his dog, but I forgot my key, and I showed her my dog food, and then she does this, and I'm like, okay. So I go to like get ready to like get in position, and before I was even ready, she just like picked me up by the legs and like hoisted me over. So just yeeted me over that wall.
Yeah.
So
yeah, everyone in the village is pretty lovely. So if there aren't any other, Dan says, what if we are? We've already met you, Dan. You already passed the test. We think you and Michelle are safe. So you guys are okay.
Everyone on here.
I think everybody on here.
We appreciate all of you so much. And yeah, anytime y'all are in town, if you want to do a live stream with us, please do. It'll be a lot of fun. And that includes Valentino. If he misses me, just let me know. I'll be up there to pick him up.
Yeah, Valentino is Michelle and Dan's dog, and Andrea has got a big crush on Valentino. So yeah.
I love Valentino.
I know you do, babe. I know.
I love all little dogs, all little animals, but Valentino has the same kind of fur that my little doggo had. I had a little dog that died right before I moved to Albania, and Valentino reminds me of my little doggie. So Valentino's special. I'll stop there before I start crying.
Yeah, so if anybody, we love meeting new people. So if you are ever in town and you have time, if we're able to, I mean, we both have kind of crazy schedule, and I live out in the village. But if we can make it happen, and we can meet up and either have coffee or a beer or lunch or something like that.
Yeah, always happy to when we can. Yeah. We could also do what we're doing with the Europats, and like if people are not local, I mean, we could do that whole thing.
I don't know anyone else on here other than maybe Dan that has a YouTube channel, but yeah, for sure, absolutely. Yeah. Valentino is going to be so lucky to stay with you in June. Yeah, she is really looking forward.
I am counting the days.
So Andrea is going to be babysitting Valentino in June. She's very excited about it.
I am very excited.
So yeah, so Dan and Michelle, they're an example of some friends that we met here, and they it was a YouTube thing at first, and then we met up at Sherlock's at like a expat meetup.
Yeah.
And you know, we
They brought Valentino.
Yeah, we've only hung out with them a couple of times. We were quite fond of them, and they seem to be relatively fond of us. Supporters of the channel. They sent us a camera that they're not using anymore, and which we need to get that.
We talk about
up.
using that all the time. We suck so bad for having not used that yet.
Well, it's not compatible with my software, but I think it is with yours.
Yeah.
So we definitely need to get on that. I'm having a hard, like, I have several cameras that I use for different things. I have a hard time just remembering all the settings for those cameras. So it's like, but this one's a 360 camera, and we really need to figure that out, because we could do some cool footage with that.
We could.
Yeah.
Regina's here. Hi, Regina.
Hey, Regina. I'm glad you could.
So glad you're here.
She usually watches afterwards. So
super early in the morning for her. So we really appreciate you joining us.
Yeah. So the Europets say, too bad we can't bring George with us. So I think George is your little dog. And what is the reason behind that? Why aren't you bringing him with you? Have you decided it's just too hard, or you don't want to put him through the trauma of being on a plane and dealing with all that? Which
it's a little doggy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've wanted to move to Europe like pretty much my whole life, and one of the reasons I didn't was because I had pets, and I didn't want to have to put them through that, and they were too big to be in the cabin. I had a full-size collie, and also had a couple Shelties, and it would have just been too much and too traumatic for them. So that's a big part of the reason I didn't move here like immediately. I almost wish I had never gotten dogs and came here for college, and then I could have gotten my foot in the door a lot earlier instead of coming later in life. But the pets make it hard. You know, kids make it hard too, but kids are a lot easier because you can put them on a plane, and the world is more accommodating to children. Restaurants and airlines and all that. They don't want your animals on board, which, you know, that's just kind of a thing. So it makes it hard. What else we got?
John said the live would have been cool. Yeah, if you want to do it when you come back, that would be a lot of fun. Just let us know. And I hope your travels back and forth go really smoothly for you. I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, something I actually informed John about today that we just learned last night from our other friend, Aliaz and Julie, is that apparently one of the bridges between here and Tirana is on the verge of collapse. And
like it's shut down.
They've shut down the road.
It's coming down.
So we're anxious to find out like what the news on that is and how they'll fix it, because you and I have a trip coming up where we need to get to Tirana.
Everyone does. I mean, that's the main vein between Pogradec and Tirana.
Right.
And so right now, my Google Maps is showing that we have to go up to Struga and take this route that basically adds about an hour by car.
Or through Korcha.
But according to what I'm seeing in the news, there's a bridge collapsing also on that route as well. That might not be as accurate, but
we know the one on the way from here directly to Tirana is
definitely coming down.
Yeah. Does not look good. So yeah, that's like a big issue. So we're gonna find out hopefully soon how they're going to fix that. But it looks like it's a pretty massive structural issue. And so right now
it's not something you can just paste back together. Like I think it's a foundational issue, but yeah, I mean,
we've had a lot of kind of extreme weather in terms of rain lately, and that might be part of the reason that the bridge is coming apart. Alyssa says she doesn't recommend traveling across the bridge. No, I mean, you can't even. They've literally shut it down. Like they're not even allowing people to walk across it at this point.
Yeah.
Much less vehicular traffic. So the artery, and it really is just one main road between here and Tirana, is completely cut off.
Yeah.
So we might have to go into a different country. Might have to go all the way to North Macedonia and then over. Unless the Korcha route works out, but I don't know how good that road is either, and I just don't know. I don't know what the buses are doing or how anyone's getting back and forth. So good luck, Dan, or not Dan, John.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Let us know how it goes. Hopefully it's all smooth.
Yeah, we hope so.
All right. Regina says, by random, I woke up and yay, I'm here. Well, I'm glad you're here, but I'm sorry that you woke up. Hopefully it doesn't disrupt your day too much.
Yeah, so she's out in Japan, so it's even later there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alexis Scrabble Buddy says, my dog's health is my biggest barrier to moving right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really can be.
It makes it pretty much, I mean, it's not definitely not impossible. Like Dan and Michelle brought their dog over, and that went okay. But, you know, Valentina's a smaller dog. And yeah, Dan and Michelle, chime in. I think we talked to you about this before, but I don't remember. Did you bring Valentino in the cabin with you? Because I think he's small enough. Or did you crate him?
I'm sure they put him in the cabin.
Well, I mean, the airlines have gotten a lot better about the crating the dogs and making it comfortable for them and things like that.
I've heard some horror stories.
Yeah, a few years ago, it was like, that's why I didn't do it. It's like, there's no way I'd put my dogs through that. Now I understand that they're a lot better about, you know, like on the connecting flights, they'll take them off the plane and take them out for a quick walk. And
nice.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, you know, that's going to cost some money.
Cost you a little more.
Yeah.
The Europat says about their dog, he's so old and he doesn't travel well. He's going to go with my daughter, who is his best friend. That has to be really hard for you, but it definitely sounds like you're making the right decision, but I'm sure it's very difficult. And he is a cutie.
No. And yeah, and Dan says that Valentino rode with him in the cabin, which I mean, if that makes it much, much easier.
Yeah.
But even still, I'd be worried, like, you know, this is a long flight. It's like, you know.
It is a long one, yeah. If you have an old dog, it could be very scary. Yeah. Or an old pet, I should say.
Well, not even just the scary part, but like, you know, if they need to use the restroom or something like that. Like, I don't know how you deal with that.
Yeah.
That's tough. Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
I don't know. I don't know. Valentino just had to hold it, I guess.
All right. Alessa Scrabble Buddy, I don't recommend driving over collapsing bridges. Yeah, it's frowned upon. Dan, in July, a Canadian airline will start nonstop flights from Toronto to Tirana.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
Nonstop flights to Albania are close to non-existent.
Yeah.
Unless you're coming from somewhere like Turkey or one of the major cities in Europe. But from the U.S., I don't. There was a plan for Air Albania to start doing direct flights from New York, I believe. But
are they still in business?
Yeah, they've had some serious problems.
But they're still around?
They're still around, but I think like any of their expansion plans and so forth have been put backwards. I don't think that any of that's going to happen now.
Gotcha.
They'll be lucky to be around. I think they're down to like a couple planes at this point.
Yeah.
They are a subsidiary of Turkish Airlines, but there was some. You and I watched a video on it. There was some financial malfeasance and some stuff like that.
Some mismanagement.
Some serious mismanagement. So I don't know how long for this world Air Albania is going to be, which is a shame. But
it is, yeah.
Yeah. That's no direct flights that I'm aware of right now from the U.S. And I guess none in the future either, because Toronto is not in the U.S. So despite what some people may say.
From what I remember, and this could be just hearsay, but I thought that when the Vlora airport opens, they were supposed to have direct flights to like New York and maybe Chicago.
If it ever opens. Right. And again, I think that was Air Albania.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Albania is becoming a lot more popular now. And I think it has become worthy of at least, a couple direct flights a week out of some major U.S. city, be it New York or Boston. That would make sense. So let's hope that we get that in the future.
Yeah. So, Alessa Scrabble Buddy says, my dog is on a bunch of meds. I looked and I can get her meds, but they need to be imported. Ooh, which makes me nervous if there's a delay.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Oh, that is nerve-wracking.
Where are you, Alessa Scrabble Buddy? I assume you're in the United States.
Somewhere. I mean, because we have plenty of vets here.
Lots of vets,
what I'm finding is a lot of like people medications they have here, but they go by different names.
That's true too.
Like completely different names. Not even just the brand name, but the actual like drug name, like acetaminophen. It has a completely different name here, but it's the same drug.
It's the same chemical, yeah.
So that might be true for vets as well, but I don't know.
Yeah, ibuprofen is called Bufrin here, so which is similar, but the acetaminophen is a completely different name.
Right, because Bufrin is the brand name. It's still ibuprofen on the box.
Does it say that?
Yeah, okay. But acetaminophen actually has a different like chemical name or medication name. Let's see, the Europats. Oh darn, we might have to fly into Italy and then take a boat over. I would absolutely hate that. Yeah, that'd be terrible, huh?
Yeah. Italy is just awful. Sounds
Yeah. Terrible. We love Italy. That is
we do
an
love Italy.
amazing place.
Yeah, especially once you get Rome and north. Rome and south can actually be a little rough.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Never been
The
down there.
southern part of Italy is quite poor.
Dan says Lufthansa won't book a dog through Munich because they don't have facilities, but they book them through Frankfurt. That's good to know. Thanks, Dan. I remember when I was going to bring my little doggo over, I booked with Turkish, which is a decent, it's a pretty good airline, and they allow pets. What I did not look at was the allowed size of the carrier that they allow you to bring on the cabin was unbelievably small. I had the world's smallest dog. She was 4 pounds, fully grown. I mean, she was so small, but the carrier would have been really too small for her. It would have been absolutely awful. But she did end up unexpectedly passing away about a month before our travel. So even though Turkish is a good airline, unless they've changed that rule, I wouldn't fly with them unless you're creating your dog.
Turkish airline is by far my favorite too. So, but I don't have that problem anymore. So
yeah. But I guess with any airline, that would be something to look at. Make sure you look at the actual dimensions they allow for your pet carrier to make sure it's going to be big enough for them.
Dan says Air Albania has ceased operations, and now let's see. Air Albania has ceased operations and stranded many passengers.
Ooh.
Air Transit will be the only nonstop from North America to Albania. I don't know what Air Transat is. That's a new airline or something. Yeah, so okay, that doesn't surprise me because when we last heard about Air Albania, they were, like I said, down to 1 or 2 planes, and they were in serious financial trouble. And
looks like
somebody ran away with the money or something like that. It was something really shady.
Something shady happened.
Yeah, that's a shame because Albania should have a flagship airline.
Yeah.
Dan says that's a Canadian airline. Okay, yeah. So that's a shame. It was. I have flown on Air Albania a couple times, and it was good. They even had an in-flight meal between here and Turkey, which is only like an hour and a half flight. So,
yeah, I remember that. They gave me like a
little bread thing with some meat and cheese on it. It was okay, but it's
certainly better than what you get in the States when you're
flying.
We
don't get it. They give you a bad attitude and maybe throw some crackers at you. You're lucky for a 5-hour flight cross country, right?
Yeah. I just saw something. Regina says, did you know the country of Georgia also gives Americans a 12-month stay visa-free?
Yes,
I did know that. Yeah. I don't know of any others.
I don't know of any others.
Not in this part of the world, anyway.
Yeah. That Georgia's been like that for a long time. I know when I started doing my research, there was I did research in Georgia. Of course, it's also, partially occupied by Russia right now and could also be like the next place our buddy Putin decides to invade. So he's already invaded the country twice, and they still occupy part of it. So Georgia's a little...
It's still pretty popular for tourists and expats from what I've seen. Sure. I mean, it's still like comparably maybe affordable as Albania. So yeah, just a little further out. I actually really like our location here in Albania. As far as the proximity to other countries in Europe is really nice.
Yeah.
So for traveling around, it's such a great spot.
Yeah. Georgia's got some really interesting history and some really cool cultural sites as well.
Yeah. It'd be nice to visit.
It would be very nice to visit, but living there, like given the geopolitical situation, kind of freaks me out a little bit. But that's, how it goes sometimes.
All right.
I haven't even really touched on our subject matter for tonight. So anybody who has joined us and waiting to hear about like what it's like making friends in Albania.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. We're dealing with.
This is fun.
This is one of the things we did. I mean, all the people on here are our friends, whether personal
I don't want to ignore
cyber.
Our friends.
So we don't want to ignore them.
We'd just be talking about them anyway.
So this is like one of the things. We've met so many people and made so many friends online here. And like I said, the first person I ever met was James Lifehart, and I met him through YouTube, and then came here, became friends with him in person, and it's like one of those things. So Do we have any other questions? If not, we'll talk a little bit more.
No questions, no, just a little bit of back and forth. John Gowan says, how with the direct flights right now, I'll just take a straight shot cab to Tirana.
Yeah, good luck, John.
Yeah, I really hope that goes well for you.
With the trip to Tirana. And if you don't mind, you and I are talking on WhatsApp about stuff, so
yeah, let us
know how it goes and what route you end up taking. I think he was saying they plan on going through Korcha, but
yeah,
we don't know if that is technically open or not.
Yeah, make sure that is open before you go.
Yeah, we would love to know. So some other friends that we have are Alyaz and Julie, who are not able to join us because they are headed back home today, and they have to go the long route.
Yeah.
And they're going up through North Macedonia because, and neither of them are Albanian. Julie is an American, and she works for the UN in Kosovo. And Alyaz is Slovenian, and he is working in Durrës, Albania. And then they come together and they have a house here in Udinese, one of the villages of Pogradec.
So she lives there, he lives there, and they both live here?
Correct. So they have a house here, but she works in Kosovo, he works in Durrës.
Got it. Yeah.
And and they both work for the UN. So that's how they do their thing, and then they come.
How'd you meet them?
They were in town and they were coming out of the store speaking English, and I just said hi. I think Julie was talking, and it's clearly the accent, American. And I was like, oh, you guys American? And then we got to talking, and then we just eventually we exchanged numbers, and then at one point like, oh, let's have a coffee, and then just went on from there, and they were probably my best friends here, even though they're technically not here. They just come here on nice weekends and stuff. Yeah,
they're not here that much. I wish they were around more, but yeah, it seems like that's how we've met all our friends. Well, no, that's not true. So we either run into people or we meet them online. And it always starts with a coffee, and then it grows from there. And it almost feels like every American here has their own network of other Americans in Albania, and somehow they're all connected. It's just like one big network.
Yeah, and they're actually pretty unconnected because they don't know any of our expat friends or anything like that. They are, they're except for James, Alyaz, and James and I have gone out to eat. But that's it, because they don't really live here. They're just here, like when the weather's nice, they come here on the weekends. They own a house here. The house I should have bought. And every time I go there, I kick myself because I love their place. I love my place too, but
you actually had the chance to buy it.
I actually had the chance to buy it. It was like it needed some work, and I didn't. And my house is new, and I was like, oh, I don't want to really deal with that now. In hindsight, so that's. Every time I go there, I kick myself. They have just a gorgeous view of the lake and the mountains. I have a nice view too.
Yeah, you really do. And it's not hard to find a place with a good view here.
No.
I mean, you're all the way out here in the village. I'm right in the center of town. They're all the way on that side. And it's like, and then we know several other people who all have great views. This is just such a great area. It'd be hard to not get a view.
That's one of the nice things about being in a mountainous place is you can always get somewhere with some elevation and look over everyone else's house and see the surrounding countryside and stuff. So we also know some people who have no view. So
yeah, it's not impossible. Yeah, you could save some money that way.
Yeah, but luckily I have a nice view, just not as nice as Alyaz and Julie's view. So yeah, that's how I met them, and we've become good friends. We had dinner with them last night. And,
it was really nice to see them.
You've gotten to spend time with them a few times now.
Yeah, they're lovely people.
They're really great people, and and we have a lot in common, which is nice. It's nice meeting people that we have some of the same intellectual curiosities, and we like to talk about geopolitics and history and all that sort of thing. And so it's nice having people that we can sit down and have an intelligent conversation with. And that speak English, because that's one of the other things. Like I have Albanian friends, but it can be really hard. Like some of them speak Greek, but it's me and my bad Greek speaking to them in their bad Greek. It's just trying to get through a conversation, and that can be even when we both have some understanding of another language. It's still both of our second languages, and it can be a little tough.
Yeah.
And my Albanian isn't anywhere near or close enough to have any kind of intelligent conversation with anyone. So that makes it.
So then we rely on them speaking our language, which always kind of makes me feel bad.
Yeah, and like I have like people in the village that I'm friends with that have been really good to me, and I'll go over there for a coffee and some hors d'oeuvres, and the guy who translated all my documents, his uncle, he's come out to my house several times and helped me with some things, and he's a good friend of mine, and he speaks some Greek, so that helps. But still, it's like we spend a lot of time like having coffee together and just kind of like doing stuff on like Google Translate, and trying to get through a conversation. That makes it hard.
Yeah.
Even though I'm very fond of him, and but it's like sometimes you're like, oh, I'll just go have a coffee with him, but it's like it's hard to like plan a day with someone that you can't have a full conversation with, because you just run out of things. You get tired of like, both trying to speak bad Greek to each other and not being able to understand, and then going to the Google Translate and all of that, and it can become a little exhausting.
Sure, yeah.
So like I do have Albanian friends, and luckily I have Albanian friends who speak English, like the guy who did my translations.
And Gina.
And Gina, she speaks like both he and Gina speak excellent English. But it's kind of, it seems almost unfair for them. It does
seem unfair.
But they're probably happy to do it because they get to practice their English.
Yeah, I was at the physical therapy appointment, and the lady that was working on me, she spoke pretty good English, but not excellent, not super fluent. And she kept apologizing to me, and like every time she apologized to me, I just felt worse. I'm I'm the one that should be apologizing to you.
I'm in your country, right? So
yeah.
So that can be like, and this is the thing with Albania, for those of you who don't know, like most of my friends here in the village, they're all like 50 plus, right? So none of them speak English. Like I don't know anybody in the village who speaks English who isn't a child, isn't like an elementary school child. So some of them will have grandkids and children and stuff that will come and translate for us sometimes. But then they get tired of doing that because they don't want to sit there and be translators, right?
Yeah, it's funny. That's really common, is for a lot of the older business people. So whether it's like I've been at fruit stands where they just have their kids sitting behind the desk just ready to translate, or the kids in town, or even at the vet. The first time I went to the vet here, the guy I went to didn't speak English, but he had his son on call to translate.
When I was here looking for a house, I contacted somebody and he didn't speak Greek and didn't speak English, and I wanted to see his house, and it was really a struggle. And a lot of like the older people here are not at all tech savvy either. So they don't want to do like texting or anything like that.
Sometimes even the Google Translate, they're just like.
Yeah. So I got him on the phone. I literally just found a random kid on the street and said, "Hey, do you speak English?" And I paid him for the day to just like translate for us, so I could go out and see this guy's house and
that's fantastic.
And do all
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was like a really nice kid too, and he was he lives in England. He was here. He's Albanian, but he lives in England. So his English was fantastic, and he was here with his family visiting, like their extended family.
Yeah. Oh,
and,
that was lucky.
That worked out really well. So yeah, I gave him a silver coin for the day.
Oh, nice.
So
wow.
Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, that's a consideration. Like if you're not a very young person, if you're not like in your 20s or younger, like finding people your age that can speak English is like very rare. Now, Gina and my friend Ramal, they're not in their 20s and they speak great English, but it's part of like their profession.
Work.
Gina's a teacher and he's a professional translator. So
like she's an actual language teacher, I believe.
Yeah. So
she speaks several languages.
Yeah, and a lot of times you'll find people, wait staff will speak English, which can be a little surprising sometimes, or at least good enough English.
Yeah,
so you can communicate with them and have some kind of conversation with them. But beyond that, it is rare.
Yeah, I would say so. We've had several interactions with different parts of the medical system here, and I've always needed a translator. So Gina comes with us, and it just makes the day so much smoother. I've tried every once in a while, try to go out by myself and just use Google Translate, and it never goes well. I get confused. I don't get anything accomplished. But when I have her with me to translate, everything goes really well. And that's like the clinic, the hospital, even the private clinic.
Yeah. When I went to the public hospital here, there was a nurse, and she spoke good English, well enough that she was able. The doctor spoke some English, but she spoke better English and was able.
The doctor said, "This is not an emergency."
Yeah, that whole thing.
Several times.
And then I saw one of the specialists here as well, and she spoke fantastic English.
Yeah.
And they were both, older, but it's rare. So, you're gonna have if you're older and you want to have relationships with local people, you're going to need to probably learn Albanian or Greek if you're in the south part of Albania.
Yeah, and I hear that some people do that. And then in Tirana, I hear of people learning Italian because so many people speak Italian up there. The older population frequently knows Italian. A lot of the cab drivers would, once I told them I didn't speak ship, they would ask me if I spoke Italian.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, I don't speak anything.
Yeah, so coastal, northern Albania, and Tirana, Albanian, and then Italian, and then the southern Albanian coast and southeast Albania, where we are, Greek tends to be the dominant second language.
Yeah.
But if you don't know any of those three languages, and you're talking to somebody that's, in their 30s or older, you're pretty SOL.
Yeah, I would say 40s and older. A lot of the
it's a mix.
Yeah, in Tirana, if they were my age or younger, they spoke English. But here, I would say 20 and younger. It's pretty. But yeah.
Now, if they are 20 or younger, I would say probably most people that are 20 and younger speak some English.
Yes. Yeah.
Not all. But.
Some of the kids that I worked with, so I did some volunteering at a school here in town for a couple of months, and I mostly worked with the little kiddos. Jesse worked with the old, like the teenagers, 12, 13-year-olds, and I would kind of go visit Jesse in those classrooms, and those kids spoke English like Americans, with no accent. It was, even their mannerisms were very American. It was kind of interesting to see just how they spoke. Like, if you didn't know better, you would think those were American kids with just their fluency. And again, just some of their mannerisms were very American.
A lot of the young kids here in the village, like kids that are, 12, 13, 14 and younger, speak really good English.
And they always say hello to us. Whenever they see us walking away, you always hear, hello.
Hello. What's your name?
What's your name? It's like they go through all the standard pleasantries.
Yeah, it's fun.
How are you?
So yeah, that's a thing. So if you move here and you want to make Albanian friends,
try learning the language.
As much as
it's
you
a
can.
challenge, but just do your best. Everyone appreciates it, and you'll get laughed at, but.
Yeah, and I have my Albanian friends, and we struggle through it.
We do. Yeah. We struggle through it. Aliyad speaks really well. He speaks ship really well.
Pretty well. He was working in Afghanistan, but before that, I think he met Julie in Kosovo. So they were there working for the UN for a couple of years, and so he got some pretty good immersion. And of course, when you're doing that kind of work, you're probably dealing with public more, and
maybe more expected to learn the language.
And Aliyaz knows a couple. He obviously knows Slovenian, and he knows English and some Albanian. And he knows, I think, some German as well. So yeah, and he really he's into learning languages. So that's one of his
Arabic
things. Yeah, I think he knows either Farsi or Arabic.
Yeah.
So yeah, Aliyaz is great with languages.
Let's see. I know we've missed some comments.
A lot of comments, and I've been seeing them pop up. And unfortunately, they only pop up for a second on my phone, so we have to look down at the computer to really see what the long ones are. A lot of people are talking amongst themselves about how they.
John did say he will give us an update, and Regina says that she's buying a Stairmaster, so she'll be ready for hiking with us when she comes. I can't wait, Regina. It'll be so fun.
You're gonna need one. Albania is not flat. You have to get in shape to be in Albania for sure.
Well, or it'll get you in shape. Like in my case, like I certainly didn't. I mean, it forces you to.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I think both of us love about Albania is I never want to live anywhere again in my life that doesn't have mountains, either like visible from where I'm at or very nearby.
Yeah, this place has really spoiled us. I mean, the views, the mountains, the lake. It would be hard to live somewhere normal again.
It would be
just like flat and strip malls and things like that.
Yeah, I don't ever want to be anywhere where there's anything like that. like that's like going back to Florida was just it was.
I know, thinking Florida, Ohio, Indiana.
No, thank you. Never again.
Sorry if you're from there. Sorry, I'm from there. I feel like I can say that.
My parents love Florida. There
are beautiful parts of Florida.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but the underwater part of Florida is cool. But.
Yeah. Thank you, Dan. Dan asked everyone to like our live stream. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
We forget to ask.
Yeah, like, subscribe.
It's good looking out. John will ask too sometimes, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
guys.
look at my other videos. I just released one on Apollonia, which is an ancient city here near Vlor and Fier. If you have any interest in history or you just like ruins or before you come here, it's like. The language is one thing, but something else that's really, I think, important is to have some understanding of the history of the place you go to.
Yeah,
I've met a lot of people that just go to foreign countries just completely oblivious, and they just want to, they just have no intellectual curiosity about it. Don't be like as Anthony Bourdain used to say, be a traveler, not a tourist. Go learn something about the country, learn some words, and learn some history and get a little bit of an understanding before you ever travel.
Yeah, I agree. And you know so much more about the history of places that we've visited, and it's made it 10 times more interesting. So like when we went to Ohrid, you knew so many of the historical sites that I was unaware of. And your knowledge of those sites made the trip that much more interesting and meaningful.
Yeah, thank you. And I think that's an important point because if you do go to a place and you don't know the history, you're shortchanging yourself.
Yeah, you really are.
It makes it like, oh, here's this ancient ruin.
You don't even know what it is.
Looks cool, whatever, and it's like the meaning of it is lost on you. So it's one of those things. But we digress.
As we do.
As we do. So we should, unless you can look at see if we have any questions or comments. I'll talk a little bit about, making expat friends, because that's the other side of it. When I first came here, other than James, he actually kind of shared this point of view with me as well. We had kind of the same perspective that I don't want to hang out with Americans, or Brits or Anglo people at all. Like I wanted to just immerse myself in the culture of where I was, which I kind of came to find out in a way is shortchanging myself, because then you're also cutting yourself off from a lot of people that you can communicate effectively with, but also people that have shared experiences with you and shared cultures. And I ended up dating an American. So obviously I abandoned that point of view, especially after meeting you, because you're worth me abandoning that point of view. but aside from our relationship, it's like, the sorts of people you will meet overseas, or chances are you're going to have a lot of things in common with them because they made the same leap that you did. Yeah. And they're also experiencing a lot of the same problems and issues. And it's like, we're constantly giving people advice on residency permits and these other things.
And people are constantly giving us advice on we really do help each other out so much.
Yeah. So it's like, you got to balance it. Like because I never want to be like in an expat community and be one of those people. That's it. We're just doing the expat thing and not trying to engage with locals. You don't want to be on that side of it. We also don't want to get to the point where you just like, I don't want to be around any Americans. I just want to, because you're going to end up missing out on some potentially good opportunities and good advice and possibly some really good friendships.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, but if I had that, if I kept that attitude, I wouldn't be with you. I wouldn't have met Alias and Julie, you know, and yeah.
We have a really, we're immersed in a very, a constantly growing expat community here in Pogradec, and it's been really lovely.
Yeah.
You know, they meet up a lot, and whenever we're really busy, and we don't always make it, but whenever we can, it's nice to just bop in, and we have a group of friends that, like you said, you can communicate with in a way where you kind of like understand each other's jokes and some of the idioms that we use and things like that. You know, nothing's really lost in translation, and that's really comforting at times. Everyone needs that once in a while.
Absolutely. I think. And yeah, sometimes like some things that my Albanian friends will say to me or will write to me, and I'll translate it, and it you know, the language is so ancient that it'll be written in like this obscure poetry form, and it's like, even completely in English, I have no fucking idea what you're telling me. Like, I don't get there's certain references you're just not gonna get.
They have their own idioms and references and sayings that we don't really recognize, and there's just nuances to their mannerisms even that we might not understand, and vice versa. You know, which is okay. That's one of the things that helps you to grow and appreciate the culture, but also sometimes you do want to be around the people that, you know, you can connect with on that level.
Yeah, and then sometimes it's like you find some new sayings that you really like my friend Ramal, you know, like Albanians are very nice, and like when you come here, you're going to find that, you know, most people are really fantastic, and Albanians are warm, and they're welcoming,
really are.
And they're very helpful. I had somebody like take my hand once and walk me to the new bus station because like they had moved them, and I was like lost, and I had to catch a bus. And I'm like, well, asking people like, where do you get buses now? Somebody literally took my hand and walked me a block and like pointed to where the new bus place was.
I've heard that happening to so many expats, and that's how we found Gina. I mean, one of our friends was brand new here. We hadn't even met her yet, and was, I guess, just wandering around looking lost, because you can tell when we're lost. And they will approach you and ask you if they can help. And
yeah, so people are very kind and warm.
They go out of their way,
like my friend,
and they don't expect anything in return.
Yeah, and like my friend Ramal, like he taught me this new saying, because you still have to be careful. And the Albanian saying is, even in a really beautiful forest, you're going to find some pigs.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you still want to, you know, keep your head on a swivel a little bit, but
sure, but way less. I mean, it is. I mean, I really have such a huge sense of security here that I think it's almost dangerous when I go to other countries, because I've got to remember, like, oh, I'm not in Albania anymore. I got to have my wits about me and be, you know, much more alert than you are here.
Yeah, so you might pick up some new sayings, and some of them will make perfect sense, but other ones, like I can't remember.
There are some really funny ones. Oh, I can't think of any right now. That would be a funny thing for the live stream to talk about some of that. Oh, we have to do that next time.
Maybe we will.
They have some really funny sayings that aren't meant to be funny, and I don't want it to come off like we're making fun of the culture, but it's just to us the way they translate.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of our sayings and idioms would sound really strange to them. That might be fun to talk about.
Yeah, maybe get a native Albanian on and sit,
I
wonder
if Gina would do this with us.
I don't know.
That would be so fun.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, it's important to reach out and then make Albanian friends, and again, the language thing can make it hard, but sometimes you just have to push through. And I really like, you know, my Albanian friends here, and I like, you know, I clearly like the Americans I've met here, because Andrea and I, we didn't come here together. We met in Albania.
We met here in Pogradec.
We met here in Pogradec.
Thanks to YouTube.
Through another expat, because we both went to James Lightheart's basketball game.
Yeah.
So if it weren't for that triangle connection, we wouldn't have met. Or we probably, we went back and forth on YouTube.
We would have met eventually, because it's a small world here.
Yeah. There's only like 40-some thousand people in the entire Pogradec area, and that's not just the town. That's all the surrounding villages, from Lynn to Durres to Gastenis here.
It's a small world.
There's Udinese and Memelish and Remain. There's a bunch of villages. So you've got the core city, you know, the metropolitan area,
the big metropolitan area.
And then you have all the surrounding villages, and it's quite a large place.
Yeah.
Even out to where the tombs are, that's considered part of the Pogradec
I was really
region.
surprised when I saw that. Yeah.
And that's a good 35-minute drive from here. Yeah. So we have any other questions or anything? We are getting close to an hour.
Oh, we are. Wow, we ate up that hour fast.
Yeah, we did. And I'm sorry for those of you who just wanted to hear about making friends in Albania. We did kind of go off on some tangents, but that's what we get with our live streams sometimes. Hopefully we covered most of it. Like, you know, like the integration, it can be really hard. And there are some cultural things, but mostly it's language, because Albanians are really warm and friendly. And like don't shy away from making Albanian friends, and don't shy away from seeking out other expats that you can make a connection with. That not only can you make a new friend, but you can also have a very mutually beneficial relationship with, where you guys can help each other through some of the issues. So that's part of it, part of moving to a different country.
Yeah, it looks like you all talking. I think they were giving each other some ideas about learning the language, which is lovely. I've tried a little bit of everything. The class is very helpful, because Dina can explain some things to us that we wouldn't have otherwise found. But then also, the apps I've used have been helpful. I've also got a couple of children's books that are in Albanian, and I just sit there and read them and try to translate it, and just little things like that really help. But then the big thing that really helps, I'm really bad at, is trying to use it when I'm out in public, because I get shy, I get embarrassed, and then I shut down. I'm just like, and I just like shut down. And you're really good about using the language and challenging yourself and challenging me to use the language.
It's been over a year at this point. I give her a hard time when she still orders food in English. I'm like, come on, babe, you know these words. Come on.
But what if I say it wrong? He doesn't understand me. It's going to be awkward.
No, and it is awkward, because I say things wrong all the time. Even words that I think I have down pat. They'll just stare at me, and I'm like, come on, I know this word, right? And but the thing about Albanian, it's so many moving parts, and if you use it in a different context, the word changes, and
our joke is that the word changes with the time of day or the weather
or what village you're in. Right.
Now that part is true.
Yeah, absolutely.
The words actually do change per region. The language changes a little bit.
Which there's only Albania is a small country of 2 million people, and there are a myriad of dialects, to the point where people from the north in Kosovo have a hard time understanding people here in the south.
Yeah.
It's really come on, just get one language, and let's simplify this. But that's part of it, being such an old country.
Yeah.
So
Albanian, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, says maybe one day you'll make a video from Tushimish. I want to go have lunch there or spend the night. That is such a lovely area.
Yeah, we love Tushimish.
Yeah, it's a little fairy tale town right on the outskirts, very close to the border of North Macedonia. Just lovely. We can actually walk there. Sometimes we do walk there. It's about 2 miles, maybe 4.
That's how I hurt my foot.
Remember? I dragged you out there.
That was the last long walk we took, and it was the next day that my foot was So it's your fault.
It is my fault. I wanted to take a nice walk to Tushimish, and he's been injured ever since.
No, it's getting much better. I walking is my thing. I love to walk.
I've dragged you up and down these mountains too.
Hiking and walking.
It is my fault, isn't it?
Life. Oh, everything is your fault. You're the woman in the relationship. Everything is your fault. That's how
true. It is true.
So Tushimish is really a cool village here in
that's lovely.
So that's kind of how it goes, and making friends here is important, and making friends with locals and other people that not just other Americans, but other immigrants from, you'll meet French people, you'll meet English people, and so forth. And you all have a bit of a shared experience. So
Yeah.
that's kind of a cool thing. So
really is.
we're going, like I said, we are going to be on with the Europats who just signed off.
It looks like they just signed off. If you're still here, thanks for joining us. Otherwise, we'll see you later.
Yeah, the link to their channel is in the description to this video. And of course, if you look at my channel, Andrea's channel is on there as well, which is New Life Albania. And yeah, so that's kind of it. I do have, as some of you know, I'm doing a little bit of like real estate stuff where I kind of help people promote their houses. So we still have the house in the village here that's for sale. And I have a new one that's in the village of Gures, which is basically the backside of Tushamis. The two villages are right next to one another. And it is a really huge 3-story house that my friend Zira was
really
selling.
Beautiful. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's 205,000 euros, I think. I'm not sure.
Does it have a yard?
We haven't. It has a small yard. It even has a store attached. So the front side is a store. Then there's an enclosed courtyard, and then there's the 3-story house. Two stories are completely finished and really nice.
How's the view?
The 3rd story is not finished, so you can do what you want with it. And the view is fantastic, and it has a flat roof. You can go up on the roof, and it has a gorgeous view of Pogradec and the lake and the mountain.
Wow!
And
maybe we should buy it.
It's beautiful. It's a really nice place.
It sounds nice.
And and like like I said, 2 stories of it are completely done and really, really nicely done. And the 3rd story is just a blank canvas, and you can do whatever you want with. Then you get up to the roof, and that is also, it's just a flat, unfinished. I mean, it's finished, but it's flat. And it still has rebar in places. So if you wanted to add a 4th story, you could.
You could just keep going.
They do that in Albania where they'll build.
They'll kind of prepare it for another layer in case you want to add.
If you get a windfall and make a bunch of money, it's like, oh, add a 4th story.
Yeah.
Right? But like if it were mine, I would cut the rebar down and put up, some nice fencing.
Yeah, make a nice
put a big
patio.
grill out there, and some loungers because it's really, really nice. So
maybe an infinity pool.
Maybe an infinity pool. I don't know. So really beautiful. So if you're interested in real estate here, those 2 places are available. There's also I have a friend that had some apartments available, like one bedroom, 1 bath for rent, or just for rent, long term or short term, not for sale.
The ones on the beach.
Yes, close to the beach.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in any of that, feel free to reach out to me. And then I think we'll wrap it up here. We'll be on the Europats in like an hour from now.
Yep.
And check out my channel and my history videos, please. I really appreciate it. I'm getting close to the threshold where YouTube might actually send me money. So that's really important. I'm almost to 3,000 subscribers. I'm getting very close. I'm like, I think 200 or 2,950 something subscribers now. So I'm getting there. And it's a lot of work, and I really appreciate all your support. And I want to keep making my history videos and my life videos and my real estate videos. And I appreciate you all being along.
They're excellent videos.
And Andrea's
channel. You put a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of research into them. And what I really appreciate about your videos is that there's no AI, not even in the research aspect of it and the writing. You do all of that yourself. And that is becoming harder and harder to find.
I am authentic, and I hate AI, but that's how I do my thing. And Andrea's channel at New Life Albania, she also does not use AI, as far as I know. All your videos are authentic, so we both try to be as authentic as possible. And everybody, thank you so much for joining us. I see like Marion. I haven't seen that name before. Thanks for joining.
Tim, we'll say hi to Jesse for you all. Thanks for being here.
Everybody. Yeah, thank you all so much for joining us.
Appreciate all of you.
And then
Michelle, Dan, everyone.
Everyone. Join
Regina for getting up early to be here with us.
And we'll be on the Europats in a little less than an hour from now. And if you want to, and we have no idea what we're going to talk about. So
Regina says, sorry, this is interesting. She says she would love to grow a channel. She's doing some reading about that. That would be awesome. Just let us know if that's something you end up starting, because we would certainly love to support you.
Yeah, any way for sure. And
then we could do joint live streams.
We could do joint live streams. And you're in Japan, so that's one of my bucket list places. I feel like I'll probably never make it there.
Don't say that.
Well, I mean, that's okay. You can't get it. I love the world, and there's a lot of places I want to see, and there's certain things I just like, okay, well, there's certain ones that I'm probably not going to make. But Japan, because for one thing, it's very expensive. And but I would love.
Well, maybe
to
not
get to Japan
anytime
one day.
soon, but someday.
Once we're millionaires. We'll
we
hit
don't have to be
Japan.
millionaires. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank you all so
for
much.
Being here.
Love you all. And join us on Eurocats. And yeah, have a great night.
Good night.
Not in the mirror.
Not in the mirror.
Mirror Poption.
Mirror Poption.
And you're the one who gets.
Oh, yep.
That's your job. I did it the last 2 weeks.
You can't be trusted.